Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received. Strange things indeed do happen in this world. The message reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? My name is Tendai, not his real name. I am a Zimbabwean migrant who has been living in South Africa since the year 2008. What hurts me the most is that God once gave me the chance to become big in South Africa, but all that I can say about my story, my life history, is that I blew it. It did not start when I came here to South Africa. I am someone whom you can say was born with good luck. So what happened to me, Brother Nashi, is that you see this thing that they call marine spirits. I have never gone to a river to give any sacrifices to the marine spirits, but in our family we had always been told that our own forefathers, that is what they used to do. They would go to the rivers to offer some sacrifices. So in our family there is this good luck that comes with it. Yes, we might deny it, but it is the truth. Those people that have the marine spirits, they have good luck. If she is a woman, then the good luck means that there will be men that will be coming to her, rich men, even if she dates someone who is broke, but that man will be giving her a lot of money. That is what comes with the marine spirits. When it is a man that is born into that family where the marine spirits are operating, you will see that the person will always find ways to make money. So that is the truth. And it's not like I do go to the river to offer any sacrifices. I don't know if your listeners, if they agree with me, but I think it is the truth. So in our family, there was that history of us just making money out of nowhere. When I was still back home, I made money when I was only 16 years old. That was when I went and I tried to make some money at Chiadzwa, and I picked up some emeralds. Unfortunately, when I returned back to Harare with my friends, we then went to town. We were told that there was this other Nigerian guy who was buying the emeralds and the diamonds that were coming from Chiadzwa. Unfortunately, that man then robbed us and he stole the money from me and my friends. And we then returned back to Chiadzwa. I picked up another emerald again. I sold it, but Brother Nashi, I then wasted the money, and there, when I was staying in Mutare, I started staying with another woman. This woman, she was a married woman. I met up with this woman. I was already preparing to returning back to Harare. That was when I met with her at this other shop where I wanted to buy some clothes. So me and that woman, we then spoke. After we had spoken, I told her that I was in love with him. And that is the disadvantage with me, is that the moment that I speak with a woman, I tell her that I want to give her money. When she saw that I had money, she then told me that she was already looking for a husband, even though a few seconds earlier on she had told me that she can't date me because I was young and she was a married woman. She quickly changed when I showed her some of the money that I had. We then went and we started to look for accommodation, and we found an accommodation, and I bought her the property, starting from the bed, everything, and we then started staying together. As soon as the money was finished, she kicked me out. And then I returned back to Harare. I struggled until I came to South Africa in the year 2008. When I came to South Africa, Brother Nashi, there was a man who carried me from Musina and brought me to Johannesburg. He did not make me pay anything. When I was in Johannesburg, that was when I started hustling. I hustled, and then the money that I got, because I was now working for this other man who was a white man, I was staying on his plot. This man then told me that he wanted me to get a passport, otherwise he was going to get me fired, and I did not have any money at all. That was when I thought of an idea, and I went to this other casino. When I went to that casino, the only money that I had in my pocket, it was somewhere around 120 rands, and I then started gambling at that casino. I won the money, and at that time, that was when we were applying our passports here in South Africa. So when I got the money, I then went to that center where we were applying for our passports, and that is how I applied for my first passport, using the money that I had gambled at this other casino. Then I started doing that, I started going to this casino each and every weekend. And when I was winning, it's not like I was using any charms or anything. I did not have a system or a strategy until in just 2 months, I managed to win 600,000 rands at different casinos. And I was simply on a winning streak, and I felt like I could keep on winning. The money came pouring in like a flood, and I thought that it was never going to stop. Sometimes when I sit down, when I think of all the money that I won, maybe it was because I was too young and I did not have any proper guidance at all. Remember that when I came to South Africa, I was very young, I was immature, I was unable to handle the good luck that I had. It all started, like I told you, with a small win. I had gone to that casino just to pass the time and to get some money for the passport. Then later on, when I returned trying my luck again, to my surprise, I hit the jackpot on this other slot machine. 50,000 rands in one night. I was over the moon. I thought this was just the beginning. The next day, I went to another casino and my luck continued. I won another 100,000 K. This pattern kept on repeating itself at different casinos across Gauteng, and soon enough, I had amassed a fortune of 600,000 rands. With that much money in my pocket, I ran away from the plots where I was staying because I thought that maybe the white man was going to take the money away from me. I so wish that I had showed him the money. Maybe he was going to give me proper guidance. And I never even thought of returning back to my own country. I thought that I was going to keep on winning and winning and winning. I felt like I was on top of the world. I didn't think about saving or investing. I wanted to enjoy life to the fullest. I told myself that when I was still back home, I had suffered enough. That was when I started spending on white prostitutes. I had always heard stories about the high life in South Africa, and now I wanted the chance to live that high life. I was drawn to these white women, the excitement and the feeling of power that came with having so much money. It all started when I went to this other massage parlor. There was a white woman who was there. So when she was busy doing her job, I then offered her money to do more with me. And when that woman agreed, that was when I kept on looking for these white prostitutes. Every weekend, I would find myself in the most expensive clubs, surrounded by beautiful women who were more than willing to spend time as long as I kept the money flowing. I would rent out luxury hotel rooms, spend thousands on champagne, designer clothes, and wild parties. I could not buy a car because I did not have a license. The more that I felt like a king, I thought that nothing could ever go wrong. But as quickly as the money came, it disappeared even faster. I didn't realize how much I was spending until it was too late. I thought that my luck at the casinos will never run out, that I could just win it all back. One day I went to a casino, and for the first time after about 2.5 months, I lost. I thought it was just a fluke, so I kept on playing, trying to win back what I had lost. But the losses kept piling up, and before I knew it, I had nothing left. I had blown through 600,000 rands in a couple of months, and I had nothing to show for it. The money was gone. When the money was gone, all the women, the so-called friends who had once surrounded me when I was flush with cash, they all left me. I was left alone, broke and humiliated. I had been living in a fantasy, thinking that the money was going to last forever. But now I am facing the reality of my situation. Brother Nashi, what really hurts in this world is to know right now I am working as a gardener. And even though I am working as a gardener, if I had never been given that opportunity in South Africa to make enough money and to start my own businesses, I would say that life is not fair. But to me, I am someone who once had more than 500,000 and I wasted it all. I regret each and every decision that I made. I cried the night when I went to visit this other white woman whom I was dating. She was a prostitute, but she had said that I was giving it to her really nice and she was so much into me. I went to her and I thought that maybe she was going to hook me up to some other guys who could help me out. But what she said really hurts me until this day. She says that, what is the use of dating a broke black man like you? I then was removed for She then told me to leave her apartment. The pain was just too much. I returned back to the place where I was staying, and I started selling some items that I had, and I moved back to the location. This is my own story, Brother Nashi. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by our dear brother. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. If you have your own story whereby you once had so much money and you do not know what you did with the money, and maybe you have never spoken about it, you can send us a message. I'll paste my WhatsApp number that I use, then we can have a chat.